Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is an M12, the Tier 7 American SPG, and it's on the south spawn of Overlord, and it's being commanded by Eldorado 2017. Now we can see a mark of excellence on the barrel, so I'm expecting this to be a fairly good replay. It certainly indicates that this SPG driver knows what he's doing. You see those poles with the markings, red and white markings on the side of the vehicle? They're used for marking out distance from the vehicle to actually work out exactly where the tank is and work out exactly how far it's got to fire. Little known fact, you see those poles actually on several of the Artys. They have them on the Hummel and on some of the others, so look for them next time you're in the game. Okay, Eldorado's going to the west side of the Overlord map. Let's increase her mini-map a little, or his mini-map. Okay, Sparpanzer. Not too far away. Trying to judge it just right. He's on a rise though. The difficulty is that the shell may overshoot the Sparpanzer, but that landed in front of it. So no damage, but it has alerted the Sparpanzer he is being targeted. Now that could be a bit of a problem, because then he might act a little more defensive to avoid being hit. And we've lost sight of the Sparpanzer. That would tend to indicate he's actually relocated, or that the person who is spotting him is not seeing him anymore. He's not in position to spot him. But they are spotting that T-3485, but unfortunately I'm not sure that Eldorado can get a shot into it. It's very difficult, although he is coming back up the rise now, and he might be the next victim. He is side on. Oh, he's moved, and he's gone down the ridgeline, so it's not really easy to hit him now. But there is another target nearby, a Cromwell, and he is coming into view. And I think Eldorado will pick him up. There, he's picked him up now. You can see him. He's just rammed in and ram-killed the T-37. Rounds out, and he splash kills the Cromwell for 187 hit points. That's a good kill. I can see that Cromwell coming myself, but I'm worried about this SDRB-74, who's made it all the way to the south. And is a direct threat to Eldorado. Now, he might have to shotgun this SDRB. But that SDRB is more than likely lighting him up right now. Okay, we've got a Jagdpanther going in to deal with the Schitzvan 74. And I think Eldorado is going to take a piece of him as well. Oh, no, he can't. And the ARL's trying to get into it. But Eldorado still manages to get a kill. The Hellcat even tries to flatten the Schitzvan. But he would have been spotted, that's for sure. I wonder what that ARL driver was actually thinking when he actually did what he did there. And now Eldorado's taken an M44 round, which splashed right next door to him. It's blown his tracks. It's damaged his tracks, but it's stunned his crew. He's reloading. He's staying where he is temporarily. Now, where did that round go? I think that ARL driver owes an apology to Eldorado. Certainly stopped him from lining up to get a quick shotgun kill. Can't think why he would ram into the side of his own arm. But that AMX M445 is about to die. Yep, that's a quick kill. 97 hit points, but it was almost a certainty. He had it perfectly lined up and he was waiting for it. Okay, we've got an enemy ARL-44. He's in that little corral, that dip, which is right in the centre of the map. You call it the bell. It's in the shape of a bell on its side. Fires a round in there, but no, I think it overshot the ARL. From the looks of it, the crater's some way off from the ARL, so it wouldn't have done any damage to him. But you're firing into a dip, which makes it all the more difficult to try and get the aim right on it. ridge lines and dips like this are the worst enemy of an Arty player because they make it the precision very difficult. But he shows precision there because Eldorado's just taken that ARL out. It's a very accurately aimed shot. Okay, halfway through the battle, I think. Well, not halfway through, but half. The teams are about equal in terms of scores. They've lost half of their team on each side, or near enough. Now, we know that there's a preponderance of enemy forces on the east side of the map, and there's only a T-71 effectively protecting that side. But there's plenty of tanks in front of Eldorado, and we can now see an IKV-65. And he's over that ridgeline, which makes it a difficult shot, and the shot actually hit the reverse side of that slope. So I think that ARL was safe. But, and this is a major problem, a Skoda's turned up, a T-37, a Wizzy 331. They are about to be overrun by enemy tanks. And they're all basically now cornering in the southwest corner of the map. And from the position on the slope he is, it's very difficult for Eldorado to get good aim shots at the enemy. Because he's having to fire up and over a ridgeline. It sort of like does narrow his aiming, and also reduces the increases the range at which he has to fire in order to get an accurate shot. If he's firing down, he can fire at very short range, but if he's firing up over a ridgeline, he can't fire at anything that's just over the other edge of the ridgeline because the shells can't reach that far. But that shell definitely reached the target, and he got a lovely hit in the Leo there, 291 hit points, and he's motoring. He's getting out because it's just him and the Hellcat left, and in fact he thinks that there's an enemy going down to the beach. But that enemy has now been killed. That was the Skoda. Now, as this is what I was saying about very difficult to fire up over ridgelines. He can't see the T-37. He's all alone now against 5 enemies, potential Kolobanovs. If that T-37 comes over that ridgeline very, very quickly, he's only going to have a very short while to react to the T-37. So what he's doing is he's going defensive. He's effectively trying to force the T-37 to come down to him, and then he can shotgun it as it does come around that corner. He's only going to get a moment's warning that he's about to do it. He's going to watch for the indicator. No, he's going to do it himself. He's going to shotgun him directly. But now he's got a long reload, and that Leo's coming down. He's only got 4 hit points. Can he ram kill him? I hope so. Oh no, he's lost his track. He also turned the opposite way. He went up instead of down. That slows him down. But he's turning. That's a shot from the M44. He's turning and he's holding himself back because he doesn't want the Leo to shoot him. He's using the rock as a shield. But he shotguns the Leo over the top of the Stritzvan 74. Would you believe it? He uses the fact that he's got a better gun elevation to go over the top of that Stritzvan 74 as he went up the bank. He used the bank to increase his ability to fire down on that Leo. Okay, he's loaded. That means there's only the Su-122-44, that dangerous Tier 7 Soviet TD, and a GW Panther, and an M44, and there's the Su-122-44. He's coming down, and he shotguns him as he comes down over the right, so it's now 1 Arty versus 2 Arties. That's amazing. What a silly thing for the Su-122-44 to do. He's pretty happy about that. You can see that in chat, and so's the other members of his team. Now they've got a fair chance. 1 Arty versus 2. And he does seem to know what he's doing, Eldorado. I say he, but I don't know if it is a he. It could be a lady. Now, is he going to go defensive and wait for them to come to him? Or is he going to go and attack the enemy? Attacking the enemy would be the more dangerous choice. Especially when you remember the M44 is a very fast Arty. GW Panther's pretty fast as well. Now, what's he doing here? He's going to go climb up the bank, I think. And then he can situate himself along this ridgeline. Now, the enemy thinks he's in the dip, but he's not. He's overlooking the dip. Now, if he can get behind these bushes, the enemy won't be able to see him, but he may be able to see the enemy as they go into the cap. He can wait for them to appear, line up his shot perfectly, and take them out with one round. 155mm round from his French-designed howitzer. I mean, this may be a moment to actually say that the M12 was actually built on the chassis of an M4 or an M3. Extended M3 chassis, and there's the enemy. There's the first one. It's the M44's turned up. Now he's lining up manually. He fires, but he misses. Oh, now he's in trouble because the M44 is also very, very good at shooting manually. So he dives down the gap. Maybe it wasn't a smart move to shotgun. He would have been better if he'd aimed it, taken his time. But he's on the run now because that M44 is a fast starting. And remember, he's only got half his hit points left. He's loaded. Now he shotguns him. 280 hit points, kills the M44, stone dead. Now it's a one-on-one. He's only got 2 rounds of standard ammo left, but he's got 3 rounds of premium. Now, is that GW coming towards the cap? I would think so. It'd be a mistake to just sit at the other end, wait for the M44 to go scouting, and just fire in. But we haven't seen a shell from the GW Panther at the M12, so I suspect that the GW Panther was in transit when he was discovered. And now he's locating himself in a bush near the cap. He's not going to go to that ridgeline, but he is staying in this little corner. It's going to make that GW Panther very wary of getting close, but he has to. He has to cap. There's only 2 minutes 52 seconds left on the clock. And there's the GW. He has turned up. He's turning up and he's coming over. And there he is. Oh, shotgun him, and he does! 360 hit points, 9 capture points reduced, and a Kolobanov Medal to boot. That is amazing. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats to that battle. And it's a first class tanker for Eldorado 2017 in the M12. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 16 on this occasion. He got a Duelist medal because he killed 2 enemy who did damage to his vehicle during the battle. He also picked up the Kolobanov Medal, the medal that everyone would like to get, standing alone against at least 5 enemy and surviving. And it was 5 on this occasion. And he picked up a Radley Walters because he managed to get at least 8 kills. In fact, he got 9 kills in total when he took down that GW Panther. He got a counter battery medal because he took out both of the enemy Arty, the M44 and the GW Panther. And of course, he picked up a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. Let's have a look at the team scores. Well, unsurprisingly, he came top on damage with 1,769 hit points. He came top on kills with 9, and he got the highest base XP of 1,062. Now, he fired 16 rounds, got 8 direct hits, 8 penetration. A lot of them was shotguns. He did 3 with splash damage. Damage of 1,769, of which 740 was at more than 300 meters. Now just take that in for a second. That means he did 1,029 hit points of damage at close range. Now most of those were shotguns right in the face of the enemy. Pretty amazing stuff. He received 1 hit, 1 non-penetration. The hit was from the Leo. He received 2 hits as a result of splash damage, and both of those were from the enemy Arty. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles. Those were the GW and the M44. and he damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 9 of the enemy. He caused 1 stun, and he stopped 9 capture points, or 9 defense points. On a premium count, he earned 30,699 credits. Only 30,000. No, he should have earned a lot more than that, but that's all he did earn. He, after repair and ammunition resupply and consumables, he only took away 4,862. He received XP of 1,593, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 3,186 experience points in total. But I think you took away a lot more than that, in the fact you took away some very, very nice medals to go with that battle. And I'm sure everyone will congratulate you to say, wow, that was one hell of a replay. And if you think so, please do give this replay a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully the next replay will be as exciting as this one. Well done, El Dorado 2017. So hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be seeing in our next video.